Okay, this is 6.0 day 2. Today we're going to review powers of monomials. To raise a monomial to a power, you use the power rule. So x to the a power to the b power becomes x, I got the eraser here, x to the a times b power. So here's a couple examples. So x squared to the 8th power becomes x to the 2 times 8th power, or x to the 16th. M to the 9th, n to the 5th, all to the 4th power becomes m to the 9 times 4 power, n to the 5 times 4 power. So I have m to the 36th, n to the 20th. Let me clean that up. 20th. All right. 3. Pq to the 5th, all to the 3rd power becomes p cubed, q to the 5 times 3 power, or p cubed, q to the 15th. So what do you do with coefficients? Well, you raise the coefficient to the given power and then use the power rule for the variables. So it's easy to forget to give that coefficient a power. So that's why I rewrite everything. So this is what I'm talking about. We have 5x to the 7th squared. So I'm going to rewrite this. I have 5 squared x to the 7 times 2 power. 5 squared is 25, and then x to the 14th. Number 5, 2x squared y all to the 5th becomes 2 to the 5th power, x to the 2 times 5 power, y to the 5th. So 2 to the 5th is 32, x to the 10th, y to the 5th. 6, be careful with those negative signs. Remember, the sign gets squared too if it's inside the parentheses. If that sign is outside, the negative sign is outside the parentheses, then you just stick it back on. So here we're taking negative 8 squared, c to the 4 times 2 power, d to the 9 times 2 power. So negative 8 squared is negative 8 times negative 8, which is positive 64, c to the 8th, d to the 18th. So here we have number 7, negative 5 m to the 6th n all to the 4th. I have negative 5 to the 4th power, m to the 6th times 4 power, n to the 4th. So negative 5 to the 4th power is 625. If you have a negative number and a positive exponent, it'll be positive. So m to the 24th, n to the 4th. Here I have negative 3 cubed. So you have an odd exponent, so you're going to end up with a negative number in the end. And then x to the 2 times 3 power. So this will be negative 27 x to the 6th. So here, 1/2 a cubed b to the 4th, c to the 5th, all cubed. I'm going to cube a half. Then I have a to the 3 times 3 power, b to the 4 times 3, c to the 5 times 3. So 1/2 cubed is 1/8, a to the 9th, b to the 12th, c to the 15th. Put some of these things together. So the first thing you're always going to do is do those powers, do those exponents. So I am going to do that first before I multiply. So I'm going to take everything to the 3rd here. So I have x to the 3 times 3, y to the 3 times 3, which is x to the 9th, y to the 6th, times x, y squared. If you remember, when we multiply, we're going to add. So I'm going to take x to the 9 plus 1 power, y to the 6 plus 2. So I have x to the 10th, y to the 11th. Hold on, it's y to the 8th. Sorry. 6 plus 2 is 8. Hold on, back up the truck. Mrs. B is going to do this over. Something's weird. So let's start from the beginning here. I'm going to erase all this. We're going to start from the beginning. I think I did something wrong. All right. I'm going back to the pen. So here I have x to the 9th, y to the 9th, times xy squared. So I have x to the 9 plus 1 power. Yeah, I wrote this the wrong way. Y to the 9 plus 2 power. So I have x to the 10th, y to the 11th. There you go. All right, let's look at 11. So I'm going to do this first. I'm going to bring down that r to the 4th times negative r to the 7 times 3 power s cubed. So now I have negative 4 times, I'm sorry, r to the 4th times negative r to the 21st s cubed. We are going to multiply them. So we're going to add. So I have negative r to the 25th s cubed. Number 12, I got 2 more here. So I'm going to take everything to the power first. So I have negative a squared, b to the 7 times 2 power, that's b to the 14th, times 12 squared, a to the 6th, b squared. Let me rewrite. So 12 squared is 144. Now I have negative 144. Now I'm going to add those exponents because I'm multiplying. A to the 8th, b to the 16th. Okay, one more. Hopefully the battery won't run out. 1/3 of 6. Oh, I got to square these first. So 6 cubed, a to the 6th, b to the 3rd, times 1/9, because I'm going to square it, a squared, b squared, c squared. So 6 cubed is 216 times 1/9, a squared, b squared, c squared. So 1/9 of 216 is 24, a to the 8th, b to the 5th, c squared.